Thanks for choosing us. Now, Ghana's staff-level agreement with the International Monetary Fund will receive an executive board approval in the second quarter of this year. That's according to Fitch Solutions. We have more in this Business Desk report.
Fitch Solutions had earlier projected that the country will receive approval for an IMF support program in March this year. However, this did not materialize. The research and market information firm based in the UK said a fund support program will unlock critical financial assistance, shore up the country's foreign exchange reserves, and improve investor confidence. These dynamics, it said, will likely lead to greater stability in the exchange rate, with currency weakness having been the key driver of inflationary pressures since 2022. This will reduce import costs and exert downward pressure on consumer price growth, allowing the Bank of Ghana to conclude its monetary tightening cycle. Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta had engaged some bilateral creditors, particularly China, to restructure Ghana's debt to enable the country to meet the IMF preconditionalities. So far, the engagement is said to be satisfactory.
Now, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has described as extortion the cost of doing business at the port. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority raised concern about a decline in port traffic in recent times. The authority says, according to its data, the decline started in June last year and continued through the first quarter of 2023 without any sign of improvement. Reacting to this development earlier on the marketplace, President of GUTA, Joseph Obeng, said the reversal of the benchmark value by government has increased duties at the port.
The service that they provide is to clearing of goods. And if the clearance of goods is exorbitantly high, it's obvious that people will find other areas to do their transaction. And this is what is happening. And now, if you look at the internally, and you look at the reversal of the benchmark values, it has increased duties. And if the duties are so much that sometimes you are unable to clear your goods, and sometimes the goods have to be auctioned. And who will risk that? If you cannot afford paying the duty, then you don't have the business of importing the goods. I hope you understand. And those people who want to cut edges will also do so through smuggling. And we have been saying this, that if cost of doing business at the port is affordable, compliance level is so high, and that people will want to bring their goods. Let me give you one scenario. Before the reduction of the benchmark values in 2019, Côte d'Ivoire was importing rice of 1.5 million metric tons. After bringing the reduction of benchmark, where duties have reduced in Ghana, the importation of rice reduced drastically from 1.5 metric tons in Côte d'Ivoire to 1 million metric tons. What does this tell you? It means that over 500,000 metric tons was being smuggled through the Western Corridor, through Elibo, Beverly and elsewhere in the Brahafo, and then come to Ashanti and then find its way to Accra. And this is what we are telling. Now we are losing business to Togo.
Now to our Ghana Man series today. The production of the traditional wooden stool, Asesejwa, is a booming business in the western region of Ghana. A pioneer in the trade, Nana Alhaji Osman, says the stool, which was mainly a representation of royalty, is now used by many for several ceremonies, including weddings. But he fears for the sustainability of the production of the stool, as the youth in the region are reluctant to learn the trade. I visited him at Beposo in the western region and has filed this report.
The whole western region,
My brother and I are the only traditional stool specialists in the whole of western region. People even come here to purchase the stools in bulk to go and sell.
This is Nana Alhaji Osman, a traditional stool specialist for 3 decades. The Asesejwa is a traditional Ghanaian stool with a symbolic meaning. It is a carved wooden stool common in sub-Saharan West Africa, often considered a representation of royalty as it is mainly used by chiefs and queens. Its reverence, however, has dipped as people without royal lineage but are highly respected in society purchases them for personal use. They are considered to have both spiritual and traditional relevance.
The
sese wood was previously used in making the stool, but because the sese wood is no longer available, we use wawa and Namibia wood. Sese is a very hard wood, but unable to withstand harsh weather conditions.
Alhaji Osman and his brother are the only source of this special stool in the western region, Beposo.
During my apprenticeship days, we were told the tree is a god and we must perform some rituals to pacify it before cutting it down. But now, I believe God created the tree. If you buy the stool and decide to use it for spiritual purposes, that's your prerogative.
The Asesejwa comes in different sizes, shapes and designs, each of which communicates a message.
We have sankofa. We also have bakwentina and other kinds. The stool can be used by all persons.
He has been explaining to me the duration it takes to design a stool.
There were 3 parts. There were base in the baby and nan.
This tool, for example, has got 3 parts. We have the base, the middle, where the design is fixed, and then sits itself.
There were base, middle, and then the top. In between the top and the base, on the design of a barber show, them a funny and support.
After carving the stool, we use sandpaper and apply lacquer to give it a good finishing.
And then the different painted down. If you was up in there, the issue, if you are not a simple design, on white 2 days, but to me.
The design will determine the number of days we can finish a stool. A simple design can take 2 days, but complicated ones can take approximately 2 weeks. Prices are also changed based on the type and size of the design you want. The ones here are 1,000 Ghana cedis each. It can be bargained to 800 to 700 cedis.
For someone to be in the business for 30 years, it goes without saying that the returns corresponds with the work delivered.
This business is really going on well as compared to previous years. A lot of people like pastors and newlyweds are buying this year.
If the stool carving business is as lucrative as Alhaji says, why are people within the community reluctant to learn the skill?
The youth here have refused to learn carving because they don't consider it to be a good job. Initially, my brother was hesitant to learn the trade, but he came to the market with me one day and saw how I was making money, and he decided to join me.
Learning the skill keeps tradition alive. As the old adage says, it lives on. But how can this be if the youth is reluctant in learning the stool carving business? Beverly Broohm, Joy Business. Now, professional marketers have been advised to employ global best practices in their work to help remove misconceptions about the profession and also help meet the United Nations Sustainable Goals. Speaking at the IMC Quarterly Virtual Summit 2023 on the theme, Avoiding the New Marketing Myopia, Returning marketing to its noble roots, former Executive Vice President of Unilever Ghana and Nigeria, Yao Nsako, advised marketers to uphold good standards and best practices.
Let us be very clear. The essence of marketing is the crafting of strong brands that provide real solutions to improve people's lives. When that is done well, we are rewarded with a legitimate return on our investments by satisfied stakeholders. Marketing is not and has never been about shoving stuff at people. It carefully crafts products and services. Having understood people's needs, it does not just sell stuff. We must return marketing to its human and humane origins, or else we will create the kind of society which my brother, Dr. Nzamo Masit, once described with the following observation, and I quote Nzamo: "The poor do not sleep because they are hungry, and the rich cannot sleep because the poor are awake."
Now, works to divert portions of the Kumasi-Sunyani Highway are progressing steadily to make room for the development of the Ahafo North concession of Newmont Ghana Gold Limited. The road project, which started in 2022, has since seen the clearing of vegetation for the 8.5-kilometer stretch of road. This follows the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the mining company and the Ghana Highway Authority to supervise the rerouting of projects for motorists and commuters heading to the north of the country. Here's more in the following report.
The Ahafo North project is expected to produce 3.3 million ounces of gold over its 13-year mine life, with nearly 550 direct job opportunities for locals when in operation. Lands for the Ahafo North project of Newmont Ghana Gold Limited were declared a mining area in September 2017. The project, located 30 kilometers north of the company's existing Ahafo South operations, received an initial investment capital of $850 million in 2021 to commence its establishment. But the concession, spanning through 5 communities in Tano North, has the main Kumasi-Sunyani Highway running through the middle of its precincts. Senior engineer at Newmont Ahafo North project, Ankoma Bosomtwe, says the construction of the alternative route is to ensure public safety.
And this is a section of the existing highway which we are upgrading, also in collaboration with GHA. So we worked on a design with GHA, and they are leading the construction. And this is also equally being done by Beverly Broohm Company Limited. And the intent is we are going to see construction going on the northern side of the highway as well as the southern side of the highway. So we expect increased traffic with vehicles delivering materials to site for the construction. So with that in mind, and with Newmont's commitment to safety, we decided to upgrade the existing highway, incorporating additional safety features like introducing acceleration and deceleration lanes, introducing filter lanes that allows for the left turning movements, which are the critical movements that you will be doing on the highway, and that is to improve public safety.
The road project, expected to be completed in 12 months, is being executed by Beverly Broohm Company Limited at a cost of $22 million and would include street lighting and other road links. Facilities including information technology tower to improve internet connectivity at the mine's catchment has been mounted, while clinics, security barracks, amongst other essentials, are under construction.
So we are putting up facilities that will support us start the main construction. So the IT tower has been structurally completed. It's left with the instrumentation, putting up the instruments to allow for improved connectivity. And the connectivity around this area is not very, very great. So we've built the IT tower, which will help us improve the connectivity around the area. And the advantage that presents is it improves the connectivity within the a reasonable radius, so people within that catchment would have improved connectivity as a result of building the IT tower.
Addressing officials from the Ghana Chamber of Mines and journalist for business advocacy, Director of Ahafo North Project, Andries Havenga, indicated that gender parity will be prioritized at the new mine.
One of our commitments is also around diversity. So part of our project scope is 50% gender diversity, and I only see 2 ladies here today, I think. So we've got a good representation or a good aim to provide 50-50 gender parity within the project, and we're pursuing that as part of our scope.
The Ahafo North project in 2022 suffered delays in its establishment due to compensation settlements to owners of speculative structures on the concession. However, the company says payments are smoothly ongoing to clear all structures. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku, Ahafo Region.
Take updates from the stock markets now with Head of Trading at Republic Securities, Patrick Edemagama.
23 equities exchange hands. About 3 million shares traded, recording total value of 7.09 million Ghana cedis. MTN Ghana led in both volumes and values traded by 91% and 49% respectively. The GSE Composite Index lost some grounds to close the week at a year-to-date of 12.33%, whilst the Financial Stock Index deepened the loss to close the week at a year-to-date of negative 11.98%. There were 7 movers this week, 3 gainers and 4 losers. Unilever led the gainers, gaining 40 pesos to close at 4 cedis per share. Benzo Oil Palm gained 1 cedi, 6 pesos to close at 11.67 Ghana cedis per share, whilst the Trust Bank Gambia gained 2 pesos to close at 82 pesos per share. Farmwork led the losers, losing 21 pesos to close at 1 cedi, 29 pesos. Societe lost 4 pesos to close at 62 pesos per share. MTN lost 5 pesos to close at 1 cedi, 25 pesos per share, whilst New Gold ETF lost 5.07 to close at 229 Ghana cedis per share. For next week, we continue to expect increased activity in MTN Ghana.
And that's how we end Prime Business for tonight. Thank you so much for your time. For more business news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com/business. I am Beverly Broohm. I leave you with news making headlines on the international front. Have a wonderful weekend.